If I were to ask you to describe the last person you would choose as God's messenger, who would you choose? Welcome to the Sebcast, home of the #1 network for your life. Here we turn our beloved stories on their heads, look at what history might have overlooked, and discover together how Jesus invites us into a greater story where we live, work, and play. Probably someone with a dark history, someone who persecuted people, someone who is cruel and carries a great deal of hate. That is precisely what Saul of Tarsus was. He dedicated his life to eradicating the early church. He had Christians arrested, tortured, and even approved of their execution, and yet God chooses him. It doesn't make sense. Why would God use a man like Paul? Because it confirms the point of the gospel: no one is too far away, no past is too dirty, no guilt too heavy. Paul's conversion on the road to Damascus is a dramatic reminder that God's grace is always greater than our failures. Let's think practically about this. Maybe you feel that you are too far from God. You might carry a past that makes you feel ashamed. You think, I am the last person God can use. But Paul's story says, you are precisely the type of person God wants to use. Your scars can become the places where God's light shines the brightest. And that's where it gets practical. You don't have to wait until your life looks perfect before you start following Him. You don't have to wait until you are worthy. It's precisely your story, yes, even the dark parts, that will touch others. People don't want a plastic version of faith. They seek honest, raw stories of people who have discovered that Jesus doesn't push them away but draws them closer. At SA Congregation, we say we want to be the #1 network for your life. And that's precisely what it means. You don't walk your path alone. Your mistakes, your successes, your search, we carry it together. Because in a network like this, we learn that God can even turn a persecutor into a proclaimer. My challenge to you: tell your story to someone this week, or ask God to send someone your way where the opportunity opens for you to tell your story, and pay close attention to who crosses your path. Then tell your story, not the pretty, filtered version, but the actual story. Share the moments when you fell and how God helped you get back up again, and see how God uses it, perhaps more than you ever imagined. Until tomorrow, take care.